Je suis une Américaine qui vit en France depuis plus de 8 ans, and today I thought it would be fun to show you a little bit of my region, but through food. So some of you may know that I do guided food tours here in Nancy. I just finished up doing a tour this morning with a very sweet German couple who are traveling here just for the weekend, and it was her birthday, so I had a little surprise for her as well, which is really adorable. And on these food tours, one of the specialties of this region is the bergamot or bergamot. So bergamot itself, it's like a green citrus fruit. It has a bit of honey flavor, also floral elements to it. And the one from Nancy, it actually comes from Calabre, which is a region in Italy, but the recipe itself was born in Nancy, hence the 30-year IGP. So to celebrate the 30 years, they are doing a couple of different events throughout the city, and I wanted to take you along. The first one is a pouring of the bergamot candy. So we're gonna go to that this afternoon. Excited to show you that and get to try some as well. And then on Tuesday night, I signed up to go to a workshop conference where they're going to explain how they use it in perfumes, and it's with menehould, which is a perfume brand in Nancy. So excited to show you all that and just to learn and see the process and all that. So let's go.
Le bonbon reste collé sur le marbre. Donc là on y est, je suis à 150 degrés, donc là, vous sentez un petit peu si vous voulez, vous sentez quelque chose. Là vous allez avoir les parfums. Ça sent bon, hein? Oui, ça pique un peu les yeux effectivement. Ah, attention, mais pas ses mains. Vous voyez, ça fait plein de petites bulles dessus. Et les petites bulles, elles vont disparaître au fur et à mesure que ça refroidit avec mon emporte-pièce. Parce que la bergamote de Nancy, elle est forcément calée, elle sera jamais ronde par exemple. Et là, on voit, ça disparaît au fur et à mesure. Et là, je marque. Je fais très attention parce que le marbre n'est pas super bien calé. C'est pour ça que j'ai mis comme ça pour pas qu'elle se coller. Comme du verre, voilà. D'où là tout à l'heure la cuisson au grand cassé. Ça casse comme du verre. Là maintenant il faut réussir à la décoller, il faut la déformer. Hop. Je vais la laisser refroidir un petit peu. Comme un beau vitrail en verre. Et je la laisse refroidir. Je vais taper. Ça casse.
Ça casse pas.
We just went to the bergamot candy pouring, and that was with Lyndi, which is a chocolate shop here, a chocolatier here in Nancy, and it was really cool to see. It started with like the sugar and all that. He added in the smell of the bergamot, the plant. It was very powerful and like smelled so good, very fresh. Started out very like liquid, and then as it cooled down became more malleable. Once it cooled down enough, it could be easily broken, and he showed us it looks kind of like stained glass. It was really nice. So to describe the flavor, I would say it's similar to like a honey, has a bit of a citrus flavor to it. It's quite nice. Some people don't like it just because they always associate it with the perfume. So if that's the case, you might not like it, but I do recommend giving it a try. And then speaking of perfume, that will be our next event, next part of the video, is we'll head over to the Hôtel de Ville, so the town hall, and we'll get to discover the process of how Minalis, how they make the perfume using bergamot. Here's the Hôtel de Ville. We'll go in there in just a minute. Okay, we just got out of the conference. I'm gonna go find a place to sit to kind of debrief. So the conference was an hour and a half long, a lot of information. I'll try to summarize. But overall, I thought it was really, really interesting and super well done. So they talked about like the origin of perfume and how it used to be like a medicinal thing. So it was to protect yourself from different sicknesses. And I thought it was funny, she said the expression ce qui pue tue. So what smells kills you. And then, of course, they talked about the origins of the bergamot in French. So originally, the bergamot and citrus fruit in general originates from Asia. But for current day, it mainly comes from Argentina, Brazil, the Ivory Coast. She even mentioned Florida in the US. And then I know for the ones from Nancy, it comes from the Calabre region, or Calabria region in Italy. Something else I thought was pretty interesting is she talked about how bergamot is found in a lot of perfumes, in like many, many perfumes.
Est-ce qu'on a de la bergamote? Oui, il y a de la bergamote. Oui. D'ailleurs, la bergamote a cette particularité de faire partie des plus grands schémas des familles olfactives de la parfumerie. C'est certainement la grume le plus utilisée en parfumerie. Sans la bergamote, il y a énormément de formules qu'on ne pourrait pas faire. Alors parfois, elle est en quantité assez conséquente, parfois en plus petite touche.
And then too, during the Middle Ages, they did much more simple perfumes, so they just used things from the garden, whereas now we have much more complex scents. And to make the actual bergamot perfume, or any perfume that contains the bergamot, I thought that was really cool too. She said how it's made from the zest, so not the actual fruit itself, like the inside or the juices or anything, but just the zest. She also explained a little bit about like the perfume schools. Something I was shocked, and many of us were, is that over 2,000 students usually apply, but at least for her school, only 5 students get in per year, and even that can vary because sometimes they won't have a spot open. She also talked about how it actually requires so much science that there's about 50 hours of chemistry dedicated to in the perfume schools. And maybe one of the more surprising things, I wondered for the qualifications, because in France they have something called le nez, so the nose, and that's somebody who's very gifted at being able to identify smells and all that. So I wondered if there was some sort of qualification. She did mention that really anybody can do this. The nose is a muscle, so to speak, and it takes practice and training. But I thought that was really interesting. And then during their conference, their presentation, they also gave us a couple of scents to smell. But the first one we tried had like a lime, orange blossom, obviously bergamot, and then the second one had a bit of a different scent profile to it. I preferred the first one. I thought it was more fresh and light, and then the second one was a little bit more sweet. Oh, and then the last thing I'll mention is she actually read us a letter. I believe it was from 1913, but it had all the ingredients of this perfume they created. It only had 6 ingredients, but it was very precise.
S'il avait été convenu ensemble, je vous serais bien obligé de me préparer ce qui sera nécessaire pour mon mélange. Essence de cédra, 8 grammes. Essence de bergamote, 8 grammes. Donc c'est le maximum dans la formule. Essence de citron, 4 grammes. Essence de lavande, 2 grammes. Essence de fleur d'oranger, 10 gouttes. Et là, on a un peu la tête et le cœur de la formule. Et ensuite, on a de l'essence de benjoin, 12 grammes, qui va faire le fond de la formule. Et tout ça, donc, par litre d'alcool à 90 degrés. Si cela ne vous dérange pas, de remettre ce petit paquet jeudi prochain au train de 6h31. Je vous en débarrasserai aussitôt, avec mes sincères remerciements, etc., pour le dérangement que vous occasionne cette énorme commande. Je vous prie d'agréer, cher monsieur et ami, mon meilleur souvenir, etc.
Donc là, c'est la formule.
Là, c'est la formule. Donc,
But yeah, overall, I thought it was a super cool experience. I also loved, we got to taste it with the bergamot pouring, and then this one we got to smell it. So kind of getting to use all our senses, getting to see it and touch and all that. So very, very cool. So that is all for today's video. Please let me know if you enjoyed it, if you've ever tried bergamot, or if you have any other questions. I did take notes during during the conference, so I might have some other answers if you have questions. But until next time, thanks for watching. Gros bisous. Salut!